Hey, yo, what's up? You know what it is. It's the one and only Pastor L, live in the synagogue. And I'd like to welcome you guys back to another installment of Triple the God Speaks on. And yo, Uchu, Sentai, Kyuranger, Space.32, Orion forever. Please, come on here. Come on into the church, my children. Please sit down. Because today, we have to say goodbye to a friend. Now, I've taken this outside the classroom because we need to be in church to give the proper respect to a fallen friend. So come on, fall on in, y'all. Fall on in. Make sure y'all put that money in there for the building fund. We always with the building fund. Get it up on that side, nephew. Get it. Come on in. You can go and shut the doors. Uchu, Sentai, Kyuranger, Space.32, Orion forever. Let's just start, man, by pouring one out for the Orion, man. I'm like, the way that they've been telegraphing this lately, I kind of knew that this was going to be a thing. And the more and more this episode played out, the more and more they was leading towards this is what they are going to do. And it's like, and honestly, the first thought I had in my mind, to be honest, that this is going to be a going Merry versus Thousand Sunny thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we finna see to get rid of this shit because the Orion been down for episodes and they've been saying that it can't be fixed. And this was just a great way to see a character out because it's like, think about it this way. The Orion really is an important character. It is a very important part of who Raptor Bay is. Is that we've sat up here for 32 episodes and through this, we have learned to understand the relationship between Raptor and this ship, the Orion. And it's like, back in Dreamy Android, and it just seemed like I brought up Dreamy Android and then this episode happened because this was more character growth and development for Raptor. Because we got a chance to really understand what drove her to be a Kyuranger. Like, Dreamy Android gave us a little bit of that. It's that it gave us more of that, but let me explain it on this wave, though. In Dreamy Android, I want to fight to support my friends. That friend included her greatest friend, the ship that she helped command, the Orion. And I gotta say this, and allow me to. The show got over this character because it is a character. However, given the way that the episode ended, is that you knew this was coming. You knew it because it's like, Lucky got this power up and we haven't got John Clusterfuck You Zord yet. So we need that because that's just how Sentai works. So I'm not saying that they could have found a better way to get this over because, see, here is what I honestly thought was going to happen given the way they telegraphed the whole episode. Because as soon as Dog Yoon got on screen, like, I can fix broken machines, I kind of knew that those things were going to intersect and Raptor coming in shooting up beam when Lucky was about to hit that Regulus Impacto. And then, like, you can fix it and then, you know, Birdman, what my name is, just debunking everything. And it's like, I kind of knew that, like, where the show was going. I had no idea that we were going to get to Grand Sacrifice of Ship and Miracle of destroying Big John Kasumar. I didn't really think that was even a thing on the table, a thing that was even coming, but I felt that. And I don't say that because I play around and call her Raptor Babe. But again, we talked about this last episode. When the Q-Rangers went through everything to get Naga back, that was a moment. That grand sacrifice by the Orion, that was a moment. And it meant something. It meant something because I am invested in Raptor's character. I am invested in her loss because she lost, like, the Q-Rangers lost the ship. Raptor lost a piece of her family. And you have to really, you can't really like weigh that on a scale, but you have to understand that's the type of loss we're dealing with here. Is that the other members, it's like they got into it like when the grand miracle happened and the Orion did its final thing and did what it was, right? Everybody screaming, Orion, 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 Orion and stuff. But it was Raptor the whole time sitting up here like, it's the ship to y'all. To me, that's my family. That this ship has been in this fight with us. This ship has produced miracles and saved us from imminent danger. That is, I'm not, because I don't want to sit up here and put it on some that Raptor's like, it means more to you than it does to me. The proper thing to say is that it's a lot deeper for me and it means something different to me than it does to you. And that's the point. But again, the end of the episode, it's like, I don't want to say that the end of the episode trampled over everything, because you already know what it's going to be. The new thing that Shinron Perp got is built around the old thing. So you already know that the Orion gonna be back, but it's gonna be back in its new form. Because again, we talked about it. The going married to Thousand Sunny thing in One Piece. I'm like, that was an event for reasons, because the going married went as long as it could, and it caught that humongous L, which led to the Thousand Sunny being built, and the reason that it was because of the evolution and the change in the Straw Hat Pirates. We could talk about One Piece if you want to, but you don't really want to get me started. You don't, so we won't. We've talked all about this grand sacrifice, and we've talked all around the episode and things like that. There is one other piece of information we've really got to talk about. The beginning of this episode. My boy Don Armage calling for heads right now. Kyurangers, put him on a spike. You would think, and I'll be for real, you would think that given everything that Don Armage and within that retrospect, Darkmatter have been through to subjugate the universe, do all this stuff, you would think that the Kyurangers being back on the scene wouldn't even shake it. He like, I'm calling for heads. Period. Bring them to me. Anybody from the low squad that can bring me the Kyurangers head, dog, I straight promote you on my mama. And I'm like, wow. That's the magic call of a desperate villain. And I'm like, the thing is, it brings up the question, why is Don Armage so desperate for? Because again, right now, in the context of the story in which we are working with is, remember, the future refused to change. Nothing Chrono, Luca, Maul, Robo, Isla, Magus, and my boy Frog could do to save the universe with the Epoch actually. Go back in time, go back and forth in time. The future refused to change. You can't kill Lavos. Hold this 12th letter of the alphabet. This was the same thing. So I'm wondering how we going from, you took an L in the past, you still around in the future, but the Kyurangers being back because they got Naga back, you want their heads. It don't make any sense. Well, it do if you think about it from the, I'm still thinking that that's Cuervo possibly, or the homeboy Ron. I don't know what's going on. I couldn't tell you, and you don't want me to sit up here and to delve into this headcanon. But there is a lot that they could do, that can be done, that they may or may not do. You know what I'm saying? Is that I still am in the belief that Don Armage is not Don Armage, quote unquote. Right? That's still me. That's still the theory that these reviews work upon. that Don Omage is not Don Omage, quote unquote, right? That there's something, whether that's Cuervo, whether that's Orion, whether that's somebody else who took an L when all 88 of them fools took an L, it's something not right. Because it's the way it sounds to me is that them boys too close to what it is that I got popping off over here. Bring me their hands before this become a problem. But because this is a Sentai, this is going to become a problem because this has to become a question and then has to be solved by the Kyurangers. It just is what it is. And it can be nothing else but that. The other question, and we talked about this earlier, and I'm going to delve into this because I have to say the sentence that I need to say about this, is we know what's up with the boy Shinron Perp. We didn't see the homeboy Moo Moo Man in the mix when you got the new ship popping off, right? It's like, you really have to wonder, like, what time is right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know where in time they are. Because at any point, because we know they're at the resistance base, how far into the past they are to where the future, where things are taking place is, we don't know. But because you know they about to throw Blick John Clutch Zord at you because it's time to make that money and sell to the kids, is a concise answer would be nice. Just for someone like me who watches the show for plot reasons and not to be sold a toy, is that I would like you to make some sense out of this for me. You know, make some sense out of this because, again, the future refused to change. Future refused to change. Don Omage legit shook. The Orion's been destroyed. And we got Shinron Perp with the new work. But where in the past is Shinron Perp? And then in that same mix, where is Moo Moo Man? And how does Moo Moo Man being in the past affect things about the Doc getting killed? Who I've heard some rumors of people thinking that the Doc might have something to do with the re-rise of Don Omage. It's kind of crazy. It's like, and then it's like, and when I think about that theory that was presented to me, I'm trying to think who presented that. I think that was Nova Allah. Shout out to you, homie, because now I got this on my mind. Play with me on this mix real quick, right? Alright. Kyurangers go back in the past. They go murk Don Omage whole squad. Look, he makes them whole L's in my white Red Ranger form. Whole L's. Just get done. Shinron Perp and Moo Moo Man stay in the past, right? And then everything else happens the way it does. But then having the Doctor either A, being actually killed, or B, Scorpio, aka your boy Uncle Jesse, not actually putting that work and killing him to make it look like he was dead so that he could still do work for Dark Matter. That's a possibility. And it's like, if the show really wanted to throw a twist at you like that by giving a character who plays a major part in a major character story, to give him that towards the end, because see, that's something you bust out like episode 40 something, like close to the end, like, cause y'all know how Sentai works. Like, when we get near the end, is that anybody who hasn't really had a redemption arc, or anyone who hasn't really had any real time to really shine, and stuff in the beginning of the series you introduced that we just need to clean up, the Doctor being dead is something that needs to be cleaned up because it hasn't been fully answered. Yeah, at the end of it all, Uncle Jesse and Uncle Stinger, they got along, and Uncle Jesse took this L. There was really no explanation about Dr. Anton, why did there need to be some, but if they really want to throw you a twist ball, they could do that if they wanted. But again, like I said, until we get answers, it's just going to be more questions. It's just going to be more questions, because again, just for the sake of the review, let us remind us about the questions that we have on the table. Why is my boy Don Omage legitimately shook of the Kyurangers? It makes no sense even plot-wise, even to forward the plot of, we need people to step up and put in work, why Don Armage legit should. What's up with the boy Shinron Perp and this new ship here? What's up with that? It's like, if the Orion made this grand sacrifice in the future, what's not to say that the past Orion was rebuilt to make the new dumb ship so that it can become a giant cluster Zord, because we need one of those, because this is a Sentai. Everything else was handled by the show. We talked about it at the beginning. More Raptor Bay, and the world is better for more Raptor Bay. Just put that out there, because it's the truth, and you know it to be such. Okay? Fine. We got more dimension for our character. A great follow-up from Dreamy Android, because it brings that episode full circle, and with this it ultimately gives the Orion making that sacrifice a greater impact, because it affects one character greater than it affects the rest, because the rest of them don't get it until after it happens, or while it happens, I guess I want to say. But again, it affected Raptor the way it affected Raptor because of how much the Orion meant to her. We have all of that. Now, it's like, those are the questions that we really have now. Three major ones that I really don't think we gonna get any information about that boy, Don Armage, and the squad Jarkmat. Her, I don't think that's going down. I don't think that's gonna happen. This new Orion ship, or whatever the hell they call it, this battle thing, we're going to get that next episode. So you really have to wonder what legitimate threat they're going to have to introduce to put over this new giant cluster Zord, because they kind of have to do that. Hopefully within that question, we get the answer of the other question of where in time is Shinron Perp and Moo Moo Man. Because I want to know. I want to know how the show is going to handle this, because I'm interested to see how it will do something. But yeah, that's that. That's a review of Uchu Sentai Kyuranger Space.32. Oh, man. Man, let me tell y'all something, yo. Oh, man. Your boy's tired right now. Been doing all this preaching, man. Had to get y'all out the lab and bring y'all into the synagogue so that we could give the proper goodbye, technically, to Orion. We did that great sacrifice. Good luck. We've done that. But yo, before we get up out of here really quickly, I know I'm behind on stuff that ain't this. I know what to do and what not to and why and how. Trust me, I got this. I got you. Don't worry about it. But I'm going to try to get this work in as quickly as I can and get it out to you guys. If you guys want to hear what me and Jay got to say about the first seasons of Once Upon a Time, man, that video's up right now. I got some other stuff in the crack in the work, you know what I'm saying, that I'm going to get to. And we will see exactly about that. So, how about we turn this into a video? I'd like to thank you guys once again for joining me live in the synagogue with your boy, Pastor L. Thank you guys. You were free to go. Money in the building fund. If you got anything you need to holler at your boy, man, holler at one of the ushers. They'll take care of you. Do what it do. Let's go ahead and turn this into a video. You know what it is. The one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. And one more time, where we live from? Live from the synagogue. And I'd like to thank you for joining me for another installment of Triple the Guy Speaks On. And with that being said, Super Say the Trade! One more thing, because I was so busy talking about saying goodbye to the Orion and Dark Matter questions and all that, I forgot the most important thing about this episode. Birdman and Uncle Stinger clown on the QLAD chance, fam. That was dirty. Sitting up here giving respect to a legend like Jimi Hendrix. Not like Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix is a legend. Don't get, don't want, don't can't, don't want that. It's out of my head. New world order. I'm like, for real. Like, I will say before we get up out of here. Hogan coming out the Voodoo Child was my real introduction to the legend that is Jimi Hendrix, and I'm willing to say that live, for real. I had to get back on the mic because I remember I did all that and trying to do more analyzing that I forgot to highlight that funny point that they brought back QLAD Chance. They let Birdman and they let Uncle Stinger clown with Jimi Hendrix, dog. It was dirty, and I love it. Thank you, Kyuranger. Thank you very much for giving that love to a legend. One of the legends, one of the greatest musical minds in the history of humankind, Mr. Jimi Hendrix. New world order for life. Not scat, skittle, skabooba, skabobble. The one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. Live in the synagogue. You know who it is. You know what this was. And with that being said, I'll holler at you guys next time, man. Super Say the Chain!